All right, welcome to day 15. Day 15. That's we're almost halfway through the first month.
I know.
It's like where did the time go? So, with that said, I think what was the there was a truth bomb you and your Melena mentioned at the end of the training yesterday. Do you remember what it was that we can talk about today? Because I was thinking
Oh
of our
man, what was it?
bring this up like
Oh,
about to.
I guess she gotta wait until she gets here. I'm
So
trying to remember
it
what she
wasn't your
said.
truth bomb? Oh, I know.
I
I
don't
remember
know.
what she said. She was speaking about fear of black men cheating or something. Or it was either cheating or black men, or that black
We're not
men.
honoring black women or not holding them in
Now,
high esteem or something like that.
yes. Do you have any? Do you have something of that effect? Do you? Do you
Nothing
have
that
any?
I want to say on camera that I
Oh,
want to say while it's being recorded.
oh, okay. All right. That's fair. Oh, I'm thinking. You know what? Now that I was thinking because I was thinking about you, ladies. I was thinking since this is the first cohort of this that I'll send you like a formal documentation about this, but it will be only for the ladies in this program. Does that make sense? Because I was open to adding more people in the first week, but since we're almost halfway through the first month, so you only have access to these videos and myself. So the next cohort will
Oh,
probably
really?
more myself. Yeah, but but just wait until I have the formal like documents
Mhm.
because you mentioned about this is being recorded. But I was thinking to myself, since it's like a closed thing, it will just be for your eyes. So for each cohort, it will only be for the individuals that
Oh,
are in.
good.
But just wait. Let me
I
get
like
the document
that.
so
Okay.
it's gonna
Mhm.
be transparent. So after you get the document, you will have the what do you call it? You'll have like the onus that that because the replay is for in the event that you don't show up, right? So
Mhm.
because I was thinking, is that like what's the word? Uh, what's the word? Alter the integrity of the training because you feel like who's gonna watch it later. So I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? I can do something else. Like I could create a workbook from like the lessons that you ladies said without
Mhm.
yours. So just maybe by Tuesday you'll have it. I'll email it to you. Then it'll just be closed because if you notice on the womanhood know your worth thing with Mighty Networks, it's secret. It's invitation only. There's another lady that hasn't who paid but hasn't joined for whatever reason, and so I can just remove her from this group and have it for the other thing. So only people. So I just wanted to that's something I just wanted to bring up to you. So by Tuesday, you will have the peace of mind to know. But Melena, the truth bomb that you shared, welcome. You look lovely today.
Thank
Um,
you. So I look sexy because I
yeah,
tried to sex it up for you today.
very vampire red. I love the lipstick.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's a really nice lipstick color. Is that like Rihanna
Mhm.
or Fenty?
No, I tried hers. It didn't work out. This is Colored Rain, Cherry
What
Blossom by Colored Rain.
color? What brand is that?
It's called Colored Rain.
Oh, I haven't heard of that brand before. That's a cool.
Colored spelled
That's
like the UK colored, and then the color is Cherry Blossom.
oh really? What is
Mhm.
that in like Ulta or Sephora or something?
Mm-mm. It used to be in Target, but I guess they severed their relationship. So now you have to
Oh,
go
it's
straight to
nice.
their
It looks nice.
website.
It
Yeah.
looks
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So you dropped the truth bomb. Do you feel like sharing? Like so, since now we're starting, fresh
Oh,
month.
yes. Let's share. So I got a little more clarity on why I hate Negroes. So I can complain. Um, um,
It's not funny unless there's an ounce of truth.
it's like 5 pounds.
She has about 10 pounds of truth in that statement.
I was like, that's a big funny ass over here.
So there is a tinge of like this red pill influence in my perception. So I feel like a lot of black men have that red pill lens that they see black women through. Yeah, I just have a lot like so I also watched this documentary on BET. I don't know if you remember it. It was like dark skinned. They
I
had
don't
one,
remember the, but go ahead.
not BET, Oprah had it. It was on OWN. There was one dark girls and then one light girls. And so when I was watching dark girl, or one of them, the men were like, dark skinned women, you can do whatever you want with a dark skinned woman. Like, she's a workhorse basically. And that's why we like dark skinned women. So anyway, that kind of mindset kind of colors my view of Black men when I see them out. It shouldn't, but it does, because I know there are a lot of good Black men who just, love me, period.
But, however, collectively, that's how society sees us collectively. Like, Black men just adopt what the power dynamics. So I feel
Black men are the new white woman.
I feel society sees Black women as you can do. We see it in healthcare. So I wouldn't be shocked if men thought that, if that's the overall umbrella. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that said, though, what someone thinks about you and what actually happens, there's two different things. So a guy can be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna put this cologne on, I'm gonna do woo woo, and I'm gonna bring you to the house, and then we're gonna bang bang bang," and then the outcome is actually different. You're like, "Thank you for this evening, thank you for taking me out to this restaurant, I'm heading home." So men can think what they can do to you. In all actuality, it's up to the lady. But I do resonate with what you're saying. There are men. I feel it's a collective. That's why we see that with like hair textures and things like that. So my goal isn't to change your beliefs to believe that men do that, because there are men that do that. That's like a lot of energy to switch away from the reality. But my goal, what we can control, is what actually happens.
Yeah. So that's why yesterday, I can't remember the question you asked me. Oh, why I have the resting bitch face on when I'm out. And that kind of colors my perception. Like, especially if a man isn't outwardly welcoming or outwardly kind to me. Like the example I gave was the guy in the grocery store. His face was just very like, almost look grumpy. So then my face was probably looking grumpy. Like,
I'm like that too. Like, what's wrong with mirroring?
I feel like I'm feeding off of the energy that I receive. Because you asked me, don't you smile while you're in the grocery store?
I smile when people smile back at you.
Yeah, I smile back. I'm not gonna give them a blank face for their smile.
I'm not expecting you to be like, because then you're gonna be a sucker. Like,
right.
I'm just saying, when white women, Black men, all types of people smile, I smile back.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
That's what I mean. That's all I was asking, reciprocity. I wasn't expecting you to be like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood every day.
The Black Mrs. Rogers is having a great day at the grocery store.
Exactly. What's going on in the world? So here's the thing, though. Do you want to end up with a Black man? Like, what's your goal?
I mean, when I look at my dating history, I am very attracted to Black men. They're the majority of who I date, but I'm open at this point. As long as he has the qualities and I'm sexually attracted to him, I'm open to other races of men. In fact, at this point, it seems like they're the better bet, to be honest with you. Yeah. I'm not like, ooh, I gotta get me a brother, like a chocolate man, but I am attracted to them.
Not to push you, but the psychic that I mentioned earlier, like, he could probably, like, he's not the best at giving the exact time frame, but he's really good at describing the personality, because he said it's the reason the time frame he gave me hasn't manifested is because I'm hard to read. I'm like, oh, here we go. But anyway.
Well, he probably say the same about me, because we're quite similar.
But the personality type, the race, the height, the age, the profession, I feel he'll be a good resource to help you. But the thing, though, with psychic readings, they just read off your energy so they can change. Because at one time I was like, I don't want a Black man. I want something different, because that's what I'm given. That's what I've been doing.
Right.
He's like, well, ancestors are telling me, no. They will not do this. You got to write them a letter. I was like, what?
Oh my.
And then now he's like switched up. He's like, he might be. I was like, what happened to the what happened to
Sir.
and my answers? He's like, well, your answers just switch up. I was just cracking
No,
up.
I'm gonna need him to be consistent.
They
They were like, whatever. At this point,
I'm just like,
just get married.
That just proves to what I'm talking about, because I was doing the work. If I was just like, he's just like a big teddy bear, so you can't really get mad at him. He's very like gypsy-ish, kind of like all over the place, like a very creative person. You when you in the event that you choose to get a reading from him, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Very sweet person. Now, what I will say is this: the reason why I was asking about that is just like, why push against something? Because if a black man said, oh, I had all this negative experience with black women, I want to deal with a white woman, the women will be like, ah! In my mind, I'm like, dang, if you know what you want, if you want dulce de leche ice cream, and I'm only go get your dulce de leche. I'm not going to get butthurt. Because isn't the ultimate goal that you want to know if a man really into you and you want to waste your time? So why do we get upset when people already tell you that they're not into you? It's because you want to be the rejected, not you, but the women, they want to be the rejected. It's an ego thing.
Yeah, plus for me, I don't give a damn. Like, nobody asked you all that.
No, but if I hear a man say he doesn't like this because I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Go get her, Tiger.
Right. But for black men, it seems they make it a personal attack rather than a preference. Like, I've heard the other side of that coin. Black women who are with white or other men. So I'm all for that as well. Like, do whatever makes you happy. Just leave me out of it. Like, don't make it a personal.
I understand. I hear what you're saying. I'll give you a short story. So it's like I was going with a friend of mine to Thailand and Mexico. It was in 2009 when Michael Jackson passed away, so I can remember that. Mm-hmm. And we're at the gym because she was staying with me. She came from the Bay, and I was in Orange County at the time, and so we were going to go to LAX from there. And so we're at the 24-hour fitness that's now closed, but we're at 24-hour fitness, and she's like, Shameless, which isn't my girlfriend name. She's like, Shameless, I just heard this black dude tell this white lady, and she's Italian American, by the way, that he doesn't date black women because da. So I go to the black man while he's talking to the lady. I was like, sir, is it true that you date black people because of this? And he just didn't know what to say. But in my mind, it's like, why did my friend tell me that? Like, what the heck is she talking? What was the whole point? So it was kind of like, I've always been an assertive person. Like, someone was kind of like, it's like, she could have just, why did I have to feel like, so right. The reason I tell you that context is that I have personal experience. That had nothing to do with that's his preference. He was trying to attract an opposite sex a woman by, putting down his own people. I guess that was his seduction tactic. But the reason why I say this is I look back at it, that's his business. But you're right, it should be, they shouldn't bring you into it, but these men are disqualifying themselves. It's almost like them having poop on their face. Yeah. That's what was disgusting.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I think for me, it's not coloring every one of them with the poop on their face. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm kind of doing these days. Like,
no, I mean, those who do that, it's like putting poop on their face. That's what I'm saying. Ones who
I know, but I see them like literally physically. They do,
collectively,
they do have poop on their faces, or even if they go for black women, right, where they feel like basically they're just the new white man, right? Like, you should be lucky that I'm even marrying you, or I'm even, you know what I'm saying, thinking about being in a relationship with you, and you just, that kind of attitude. So I guess my issue is separating the chaff from the wheat. Like, the men that I'm seeing can be good men, rather than coloring them all with just stamping their faces with that red X. Like, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're all about, and you're not going to get over on me. Does this make sense, what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you have a limited belief.
Yes.
That consciously, that's not serving you. but you're making peace with this is how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is just like manifesting your husband. He's not in your 3D at the moment, but you still know he's out there. So the same is true with if you desire to be with Black men and you realize one of the challenges is that you think they're all, not all, but majority of them are not up to. But let's be honest. Let's be real though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real though. So listen. So when it comes to Black men, like even if they are high earners, there's certain things a lot of them don't have in place because of institutional dynamics, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's just something for me. I'm open. I don't have a preference, but the way things are going, as long as I'm attracted to the fella, and there's men from other races that I find attractive, but if I go to a crush, they're automatically default a Black person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like I'm not one of those women where it needs to be with a brother. I've never been that person.
Yeah.
It just happened to be Black men, but maybe due to proximity and self-worth. But the reason I say this to you is I don't think you have a real big problem because what you're going through or what you feel is based off experiences of other people or your personal. So it's kind of like hard to tell you, get over it when it's like, is that evident? The other races and women don't have to deal with this as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nuanced. So I feel like instead of focusing on those problematic Black men, you focus on being a goddess, and those riffraff men are just going to be repelled by you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
But with that said, is there, from this live stream and yesterday, is there something you want to work on before we get the last 5 minutes of the live?
Well, the expectation, I think, so I'm focused on myself. I get that. I feel like the tweak that needs to be made is in the expectation because, our expectation is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Expecting the men that come to me to be qualified, to treat me like a goddess, basically, to be respectful. I know when we talked about this back in the beginning, you were saying that the sex kitten, she just attracts, whether they have respect for her or not. She attracts by virtue of her being the sex kitten. So maybe it's tweaking the expectation or knowing that no matter how they come to me, I can deal with that. I
have a quick question because when you said about the sex thing, I got a video on my For You page on TikTok about San Diego County having a huge sex worker challenge. Like they have an infestation of sex workers. And so when people think of a sex kitten, sometimes what they would think of like someone who's a prostitute or being a escort. But even escorts, they're not going to be for every type of guy, right? Because depending on how they present their sexuality, they can look dirty. They can wear like cheap clothes and stuff like that. So when I was trying to say sex kitten, you attract all types of people. It's just people see us as a sexual being. But because escorts, they're kind of in their shadow self. They're not even true sex kitten. Does that make sense? Because there's certain men they're gonna see women on the thing and be like, oh, that's disgusting, or they don't want people to see them in public. They might do something behind the scenes. So I don't want. I'm not saying this is what you're saying, but I don't want sex kitten to feel like it's just some floozy. It just men see you.
Yeah. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah. So maybe the shift is.
Do you know Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah.
You attract all types of people, right?
Right.
But because she had she had how would I say, the goddess in her, she only attract top people who wanted to approach her.
Yeah.
But people did messed up stuff to her when she passed away, though.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Marilyn was never fully loved for herself. She was, to me, I know the book calls her a goddess, but I call her a sex kitten.
No, I think the book I think she's a goddess sex kitten, and they use her as a beware story at the end of the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like it's like bees to a flower. They can come, but I am the one who makes the ultimate decision whether, like, how long they can stay.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Where is that book? Because I was trying to. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Because it's interesting. The book said she was a sex kid. Because I know this.
Maybe I'm looking at something else because I'm actually on
See, Sex Kitten, Marilyn Monroe.
Vita. Okay.
Marilyn Monroe, Sex Kitten. They have her. Actually, she's under the Sex Kitten total.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was about to say that would make those. Yeah, because I was like, the Marilyn ain't no goddess. You ain't got
Yeah,
no
that's a
goddess.
sex kitten.
You like that? Did you know what they did allegedly to her body when she passed away?
Uh-uh.
So for 18 hours, allegedly 18 hours, she was unaccounted for when they took her from her house to the morgue, and
Oh my
allegedly
God.
that people, the men, the police officers back then, they paid these people that have a dark market where you can have sexual relations with dead bodies. So, and then one of the people that worked at the police station back then in the, in Beverly Hills in the 50s, where not all this fancy technology, they said they heard the men just going, taking their rounds with her.
Oh my
That's
God.
what sex kid is. So they take, so they just see us as being, these men didn't have a chance with her when she was alive. But when there's lack of accountability, then I guess they could take the crumbs. So long as so they took advantage of her, because I think there's a certain period before their body gets rigor mortis. So that's why they said in Egyptian culture back in the day they will sew all the women's orifices because of the nature of some men that I forgot it's called. It's called. It's something. It's a form of sexual abuse, but it's for when you do things to dead people's bodies.
Necrophilia.
Yes. That's what it is.
That is disgusting.
Yes.
Wow, I have not heard of
it. When you only have.
But that makes sense because oh God,
But these men wouldn't do it when she was alive. Remember, because they didn't have that stuff.
Right.
But go ahead with what you're saying.
I think I was finished. So I was cementing the shift for me, which is trusting myself basically to be the gatekeeper for whoever comes. Knowing that I am attracting a king, but there might be some riffraff in the group. It's like you just take the whole heap and now you have to sift through them, and that's okay. But I have the
Is it okay, Melina?
well, because I, as a goddess, doesn't the goddess have the power to sift quickly? Because
Yes,
number one,
quickly, but we will have above, out of this world expectations. We
yeah,
want to magnetize. We want to repel the riffraff. So yes, you have the ability to sift, but the goal is not to do grunt work.
yeah, that's not what I meant. Like
Okay.
me physically taking the heap. I'm saying like there's an influx coming towards us because of the attraction,
Right.
But
Right.
it's like you can admire from afar, but those who have the courage to come up to the goddess, like definitely a lot of them won't have the courage, number one, and then we have the power to just decide who gets a chance and who doesn't.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So that makes sense because I misunderstood you. So that sounds about right. That sounds right. Feline, do you have anything to say? If not, just feel free to post in the comment section. If I just want you to know that we're available if you have anything. But
I'm just listening. No.
okay, awesome. So with that said, it's been 2 weeks, and obviously, my goal is to identify signs that you're going towards the right direction. So in your personal life, doing these cleaning your house and all this stuff. You mentioned you have people compliment you on your presentation, right, Melina? You said that.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned that you started, you're doing your book, right? So you're in a certain phase of creativity. Okay, and so when it comes to when you go out about, like, have you seen any difference in how men interact with you?
I haven't had an experience after the one I shared at the beginning of this 2 weeks ago. I haven't been out since then. So I don't have any experiences with men interacting with me. other than I told you guys I went to the grocery store and, you know, the
I'm gonna
compliment.
be honest with you. Can I be honest with you?
Please.
You're most likely going to meet your person while you're doing your daily like errands or your activities. So
Mhm.
I don't know if you heard of the Playboy Ranch or the I forgot
The
what's
Bunny Ranch.
Bunny
Mhm.
Ranch. There used to be a show on HBO. The guy passed away, I think, Dennis. But anyways, they would have this thing where they will call them out. They'd be like, ding, 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 and they'll just like,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
clap and giggle, and they'll be on the assembly line and be like,
Mhm.
picked. So
Right.
I want you to. So basically what I'm saying is like when you go to the grocery store, pick up your
Mhm.
daughter, anytime you go outside, every time you go outside, that's an opportunity to meet your person.
Yeah.
So not only do I want you to dress like, I understand you dress fashionable, but I want you to dress like you're trying to attract your husband.
Okay.
And then you can go back. So this how you dress in the photos that you sent me in the group. That's how you can dress to maintain your man because it shows like you're a lady, you're elegant. But
Mhm.
until you get married, you need you want it elegant with a sprinkle of sexiness.
Mhm.
You know how
So
men
shameless. I think what I'm gonna need from you are like
examples.
examples.
But I
Yeah.
give examples, but you hyperfix
You
on the
gave me Lotto, and I'm like, no normal lady dresses like Lotto, like
Are you
or the chick with the muscly
but are you
thighs, like,
Lotto though?
huh?
Are you normal?
I'm not, but so Lotto dresses in onesies and like, let's pull up Lotto. Lotto, like the the dress that you posted in there, where she has like
Yeah,
lime slices for the boobs,
yeah. Oh, it's lemon slices? I didn't pay attention to
or
that.
lime or lemon or whatever, and then it's like lime green or whatever it is.
Well, okay, I'll put some examples of on there that you
Something
can
that I can translate into. I
your
can
real
find that on Express, or I can find that at Anthropology or something, because I don't even know where you get something like that Lotto has on.
but the thing about it is it's like yeah, but I will do that. I will add that to the thing like a
Mhm.
thing because you chose goddess, right? You chose goddess and you said men are attracted to you now. So that lets me
Mhm.
know you are sex kidding. So I was going based off that archetype. If somebody chose a different archetype, then I wouldn't recommend that because the goddess breaks necks. Like people, men and women look alike. So if you're somebody who doesn't
Yeah,
want
I'm trying to break necks.
yeah, so you don't want, so that's why I was bringing, so I wouldn't recommend that for every woman because that's
Yeah.
not an institution.
Now I want
But
to break necks. I'm willing. I just want to know the assignment, because looking at Lotto, I'm just like, where do you even shop, girl? Like, where'd you get all that stuff?
but
Like,
the
when
goal
did-
of but if you go read the book of the goddess, um, the outfits look custom. So that's the whole point. That's how you break necks. It's like you wear outfits that's kind of like when you had those sunglasses, even though you got them, but that was like a customized thing. That's the whole point that makes people break necks is that you have things that's hard to find, which makes you unique.
well, because she looks very Fashion Nova-ish to me.
Oh, she does? Okay.
Let me look
Me.
up
I'll
Fashion.
get samples of goddess. Okay, I'll do that.
Like holes in the clothes, cutouts. Um, so if the goddess dresses like that, how does the
Like
sex?
Lori, not Lori, Marjorie Harvey. I can see you dressed like her because she dressed
Okay, let's
elegant,
look up
sexy.
Marjorie. Marjorie Harvey, I love her style. She
Yeah,
actually had her clothes for sale at one point.
yeah, Marjorie Harvey. I feel like that's a good one for you, Marjorie Harvey,
Okay,
because
she's much more doable.
yeah, Marjorie Harvey, because she's sexy but it's classy.
Okay,
I'm trying to think of other people like Holly Berry too.
let me
She's
put
not
Marjorie Harvey on my Pinterest.
Marjorie Harvey. I'm trying to think of another one that's I really can't think too much, which is unfortunate about our community, where they're sexy and classy at the same time. It's usually they
Okay, so I think that I understand. So Marjorie's clothes are much more closer to the body, form fitting. She is wearing a lot of fabric, like it is going. She's covered up. She's modest,
Right.
but you can see her silhouette.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
definitely see her body. She's got
Ivanka,
great legs.
Ivanka Trump too.
Yeah.
Before she got into the presidency, she got more like conservative. But prior to that, she was elegant and sexy, Ivanka Trump. Because you can tell she's beautiful, but she's also intelligent.
Okay.
So you
So
don't have to sacrifice your intelligence and your elegance to be sexy.
I see.
I'm trying to think of another one. It's kind of sad, but it's not a lot because they either go on two extremes. So Marjorie,
She also has an amazing figure.
who?
Marjorie. She's
Yeah,
got a little bitty wasp waist. She's
yeah.
very,
But she's
yeah.
had some, assistance outside of normal means.
Oh,
But
I'm sure.
the goal isn't to like worry about the not to use the word worry, but I'm trying to see it because there's not a lot of examples in our community where Black women are sexy and class at the same time, and then add but I'll work on that. I'll provide some examples that are doable.
Yeah. So one thing I bought, I tried to wear it, but I was on the phone with a friend and she wasn't trying to let me off the phone, so I couldn't change into it. But I'll wear it next time. It's like a bustier, and then I bought a mesh top that goes over it. That is
Put it on right now.
okay. I will come out of.
Oh, really?
Come on camera.
I'm not okay. I was like, I need to rest. See, look how tired I look.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Can you put yourself on your photo just to
Of course.
please, thank you. It makes the audio
Sure.
I'm not the audio, but yeah, the aesthetics awesome. You crack me up for like she's like, come on camera if you want to make suggestions. Fly, you're funny. So do you have anything to add, Fly, to anything? You're frozen a little bit. Fly, are you there? Fly, you're frozen.
my God, were y'all just sitting in silence this whole time? Oh, okay.
Your sister dropped down, so I think her internet froze. Wow,
Oh,
that looks nice.
you like it?
Wow, you got a lot of, you got, both of you lady are blessed, busty.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm very busty and hippie. So the bustier, I have this in red and a pink and a black. And then I paired it with these earrings.
They're nice. You
Thank
have
you.
a great siren body type, and that's really nice. See,
Thank
that's
you.
what I'm talking about. I don't know if you feel comfortable going to the grocery store like that, but what like environments would you wear that, like on a date or for drinks?
So I don't know. So the thing is, the type of man that I want is not like a horn dog. I think that's why I cover up. But I would, after we start dating, I would wear this to dinner or something.
Oh, so you would wear that with a male present to balance the sexiness. So if you have a guy,
Right.
I see that a lot with ladies. They get more comfortable being avant-garde with their fashion when they have a fella, because then the guys know not to. I see
Right.
that makes sense. Yeah, that's a
So,
pretty outfit.
thank you. So I do have dresses that show my cleavage. Like if I don't wear an undershirt with them, I have tons of dresses like that. It's just a lot. Like I have a lot of
But there's
cleavage.
nothing wrong showing your boobs though. It'll be different if you're showing every, you're showing arms, leg, it's a lot. But if you show one focus and you're okay with men looking at your boobs, because I feel like you don't do this now, and the men that dated you were men that couldn't, what do you call it, give you, aside from nice treatment, they couldn't
Yeah.
provide you more, and you felt motherly. Isn't what mothers do? Mothers kind of detach their sensualness. They're just mama. So
Well,
I
I
would
was
think,
very sensual with them, but I
no, no,
think
no, no. What I mean, not sensual. I mean, like, if you if you hide the girls because you don't want to attract horn dogs, a mother is, do you see what I'm saying? You don't see your mom as a sexual being.
mm-mm.
So my point is, if you want to get something different, you must do something different. So, start, how would I say, exposing yourself to get a little bit uncomfortable. You're a lady. You got
Yeah.
breasts. You got women who are paying thousands of dollars to have this, and you're like, oh, I don't want to hold down to come and stuff. But that's your asset.
Yeah, I can definitely show more of my cleavage. So all the dresses that I have, they're cleavage dresses.
Like if you had like a long maxi dress and it was like
Mhm.
spaghetti strap and you can't help but show your thing, they can't call you anything. Not that you care what they call you, but you're like, a maxi dress is covered all the way in it, especially if it's one of those flowy ones that
Yeah.
drag for. But if you're just showing this and you have your cute little thing, it's just like, I'm a lady and I'm blessed to be busty. Like, you go from, being overkill to, I'm just blessed to be busty, kind of like, oh, it's just, I can't hide these things, because you can't.
Yeah.
Like if you do try to hide it, you look like, how would I say, heavier
The
than you actually
principal.
are. You look heavier than you actually are, because
Okay.
you proxy when you cover
Yeah.
curves.
Yeah. So that'll be my style upgrade for what I already have. I wish Felion was on here so she
Yeah, I
could.
don't know what happened, because she froze. I said you froze, and then she dropped. So I thought she was just gonna come back, but maybe something happened. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I have a lot of tops that are sexy that I could pair with a black skirt like this, or I could pair them with jeans. So yeah, that helps a lot, because with the weight, I've in my head, I've been like, you need to tone the tummy down, you need to hide your stomach, you need to hide your arms. But maybe they need to see my
Yeah,
arms,
I'm
my
unapologetic
stomach. Yeah.
yourself. You're gonna attract people that are okay with your body shape when you're comfortable.
Mhm.
And if you aren't comfortable, you're going to attract people who are attracted to you, but they also know you're not comfortable with certain things, and they'll use that insecurity for their motives. So the goal of mine is, I'm telling you, I want you to get the most bang for your buck. So every time you go out, grocery
Mhm.
store, taking your daughter somewhere, or things, men coexist in our world.
Yeah.
So I just feel like you don't have to try hard compared to other women when you just, you're on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's on then. So now I understand. I wanted to get an understanding. Yeah. So I definitely can work with the wardrobe that I have and just step it up a notch. Because I have plenty of clothes that showcase my cleavage and my body.
Even wearing a dress alone makes you stand out. And I know you already wear dresses, but women who wear majority dresses compared to pants makes you stand out.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's what I'll be doing then.
Well, I'm trying to see because usually she'll write a message and
Let me text her, see what happened.
She's like, I'm out of here.
I mean, how rude.
Oh, let me read something. While I was waiting for you, I read something on GL Lambert. You know the dude who wrote
Yeah.
He did this thing on his Instagram where one messaged him. He says, "Hello, GL. I'm currently 2 months in with the guy I met on Bumble. It's moving fast, but also very slow. So we've been out on like 6 dates and we had sex about 3 weeks in. Nothing changed after sex. It's still a good vibe, and I continue to get to know him without just having sex each time we hang out. He mentioned that last week was actually our 2-month first date anniversary. And I replied, maybe it should be our 2-month relationship anniversary. He laughed in my effing face. GL, could you break down reasons why a man will date you, F you, and eat your whole A first thing in the morning, but won't move to verbalize a commitment? Also, when is it the right time to have a talk about where it's going? Or do men hate that kind of pressure? So if you read that, she literally gave that man all the power.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
That's exactly what happened to me. And unfortunately, it had to happen 3 times for me to finally get it. Like, that's the point where you effed up. Don't do this anymore.
And then there's another one too. It says, I'm such a mess, but I hope you can help me. I'm a 39-year-old GL and I want to be a mother, but I have no candidates. I know you can have children at an older age these days, but I want to get this done ASAP. My mother doesn't want me to get a donor, and I'm not really high on that idea anyways. I know it sounds basic, but I literally can't attract anyone who isn't an ex. I feel I'm attractive for my age. I'm a German Spanish mix, and I don't mind dating any race, but I don't go anywhere, and it's hard competing with these younger women online. Do you have any tips on how to accelerate the process dating to a relationship to pregnant within 2 years max? So I'm a member of his thing because like I like to research. So the thing about it is, if you read both of the women have given their power away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to read. Go ahead.
Well, the fact that she's pointing to young women being her competition, that's also a way of she's giving her power away. Like, why would you assume that you're in competition?
Right. And when she described herself as a German mix, so she knows she's attractive, but doesn't know that she has the same ability to get her person. So that's why when we did our lives, I was telling you don't really have competition because you have women that on paper are the preferred choice, but do you see the inner battle that these women are doing? Is their strategies. One is literally asking a man, what are we? But remember how I told you set the tone from the beginning?
Right.
I'm trying to get married in 3 months. She would have avoided all that. She just was comfortable telling guys, hey, I'm trying to get married this year.
Right. It's like what you say on your lives, putting a bag on your head.
Oh, you saw that one? I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, like you literally have a bag on your head.
My cookie cook is that's why I don't be sharing my live. I'm like, oh, you saw that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, this cookie, like, what the heck? This is the one
No.
from.
I mean, you drove the point home.
I'm so embarrassed because that's why I like TikToks. They say TikToks isn't for your friends and family. It's like I could just be myself, which is why I don't share. I did not know you were watching me on that one.
You shared the live with me. That's how I joined.
Oh, yeah, that one because I did that multiple times, so I didn't know that was the
yeah.
Yeah,
but I thought it drove the point home because what's the point of being beautiful if you the same issue that I had. If you feel like an ugly duckling and you act accordingly, what's the point?
Yes, yes, yes. So we don't have to go all the way to 20 to the 21 minutes. Is there anything you want to share, or we can reconvene tomorrow? Is your sister fine, or does something?
She said her internet.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I know.
What am I working on right now? So I was reading Magnetic Heart.
Yes.
He's talking to, I like to flip through books. I don't read cover to cover. I probably should read this book cover to cover.
Well, no, there's no shoulds. That's they call that what, laser reading. That's not wrong with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. But in this one, he's talking about looking for the symbols and patterns in your life. So I was thinking about, I already know my issue. My pattern has been having sex too early. Having sex too early and giving away the power is done. After that happens, it's a wrap. If he really plans to marry, which is unlikely if you have sex. Oh, she's here. Which is unlikely if you're having sex at the 1 month, 2 month mark. He doesn't even know enough about you to make that decision unless you're an exception to the rule. So I know that's been my fatal flaw.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Having sex early isn't going to give your power away. It's your thought process. Because I used to be friends with a lady, and she can have sex with dudes, and they'll be banging on her door, her phone, like, oh, why you didn't, She's like, yeah, I just thought we hooked up, and things are there. Now this dude's literally crying about why he's mad that we're not together.
Really?
So yeah, and it was a dude graduating medical school, and she was a nurse practitioner, and she had sex within the first 2 weeks. She got sex with one dude, and he was really into her, right? They weren't official, but they were going, and then she broke up, and then within 2 weeks, she met her current husband that she's been married to for several years, and they have a baby. So, but the thing of though, she was blessed to come from a loving family. She has 2 brothers, and her father was in her life. So when you have parents that spoil you, you have that foundation where you're lovable. Because she thinks like a man but has a woman's body. She's busted like you are. So, there's another fellow too that she dated. They were college sweethearts, and then during her in between breakup from another fellow, they hooked up, and he still is one of those guys that just want to linger on even though they're not together. Does that make sense? You know how you have guys that know you don't see them like that in your life. So the difference is I remember when we were still on good terms, she says, you want to have sex with a man because you want to, and you're okay with things going out. But if you have sex because you think it's going to do this, or you hold out for 90 days because you think it's going to do that, you'll be shocked. So my point is, it's not about having sex early. That's the issue. It's that passages that I read to you, the women gave their power away. What are we? Da, 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 da. It's like, what are you asking for? Shouldn't you be telling this Negro, like, listen,
So in my case, I did want long-term. I did want marriage. And that was my fatal flaw, because that wasn't established. It was, but it wasn't secure with an actual commitment. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I don't recommend having sex early, because that's just me, because of the spiritual work I do, and I'm very sensitive. But there's some women who can do it early and they still have a good outcome. But I feel you on that. Feline, do you have anything to?
Consider I've been locked out. I don't even know what's going on. My internet. I cannot wait until we get new internet. But
oh yeah,
it's cute. But where's the bustier and the mesh shirt? But it is. Oh yeah.
Yeah, see how?
Wow, that's super hot.
More va-va-voom, yeah.
That's really hot.
Thank y'all. I have 3 sets of this, so you're gonna see it in pink. You're gonna see it in black.
It's really cute.
Nice. Especially if you were doing your series on Facebook that you said you're going to do, or whichever platform you choose to re-engage with your audience.
Yeah.
So go. Oh, okay. So Feline, even though you came back at the later end, we're about to tie things up. Is there something you want to say before we reconvene tomorrow?
No, I'm just today I'm a little bit aloof because I'm just trying to clear. I don't know. I'm Melina. I said in the beginning to Shameless. I just feel all this like, oh, I miss this person, and I'm going through those emotions. So I'm letting those emotions kind of clear up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
So
where
what
I'm
are
at.
you doing to attract your husband when you go outside?
What?
What are you doing to attract your husband when you go outside?
Well, I dress to impress when I go outside.
Okay.
Um, I've been having, great. I haven't been outside that much, but whenever I go out, I've been having good experiences. Like, I've been working my energy better. So, like, I had to go to the grocery store on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
so I made sure to bat my eyelids, and the security guard in there, this really cute Latino guy, will go and search for things for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'd be like, "Oh my god, I know you don't really work here, but I was like, hi, it's me again. Do you know where the sushi is?" And he'd be like, "Hold on, let me go find it," and stuff. So I just been playing with my power, I guess. I had to put some air in the tire, and I really didn't want, it's 8 quarters, and I was like, I don't want to go to the ATM machine. I don't want to pay 8 quarters. So I was like, I don't know, we'll
Oh,
figure it out. So I got
putting air in your
what?
tires not free? No,
No,
where
not
I
here, not my neighborhood.
affluent areas where I go, like where I go see my mom or close to where I live, it's free, but certain areas it's paid. So I noticed in the affluent areas it's free. I even went to this tire store. I said, "How much is it for someone to put air in my tires?" Like, man, we don't charge for air. So
Well,
I noticed you can tell about the area based off like how generous they are about stuff. Because in LA,
well, I
there's
live in a pretty cute
areas
neighborhood, but
have to pay. No, seriously, certain neighborhoods, the gas stations, I have to pay. But as soon as I get to a certain area, it's free.
it makes sense. Well, I got up there and I was like, oh, batted my eyes at the guy using the air, and he let me use the rest of his air. But then it ran out. And I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And I was like, I went up to the gas station attendant and I was like, la la la. And he's like, I'll give it to you for free. And I was like, really, really?
Oh, that's
So
not
I just been practicing that kind of thing, like just trying to
your
work my energy when I go out.
your feminine energy. Awesome, awesome. The reason why I say this is I'm my goal is to push you ladies to like, because I almost feel like there's some unsaid fear of like what happens if when your dream does come true, like your husband does come, what y'all gonna do?
I'm gonna
I
handle
need
it.
a game plan. That's what I need. I need to have a game plan in place. That'll help me. Maybe that's what we can talk
I
about
feel like
today.
there should be a part two. Like once you're in a couple,
Right,
how do you maintain and
right. I agree.
keep him on your line?
I like that. You're right. You're right. The maintenance and the attraction are two
Mhm.
different things. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But like, so but like just like, me trying to declare and clean my house, it's best for me to start with the living room and then
Mm-hmm.
feel good about that. But you're right. You're right. Okay, well if there's nothing else, you always can post in the group
Mm-hmm.
from now in between like you, and I'll also be working on Melina on more examples of how to be elegant and sexy at the same time for you.
Thank you. Are we gonna? Is the workbook coming anytime
Yes,
soon?
yes,
Okay.
it is. It is.
Cool.
But the thing though, I was thinking is I'm doing the workbook, but then I was thinking if it's better to do like articles that's like quick. Does that make sense? Like articles that you can go over versus just one workbook. Does that make sense? You know how it's the same thing, but the delivery is different. I mean, you have a workbook that's collective, or you can have articles that you go back. So, do you prefer something in one place, or do you prefer like multiple examples saying the same thing?
I like a workbook, like a
Me
PDF.
too.
I can, yeah, that I can refer back to, and like work through it.
Okay, all right. All right. Anything else for line? Anything else? Any last thing? So it's kind of
Well,
good.
move.
No bombs at the end. I think everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know what I want next, so I'll just put it in the group.
Okay. Okay. So what are you ladies gonna do for your Sunday? You are going heading out?
I was supposed to go to sushi with my friends, but I'm about to ghost them because I don't feel like going anywhere.
Really? Oh, that's
Not
so.
ghost them, like not show up, but I'm figure out something to say.
You don't want to go to sushi?
No, it's in Baltimore, so it's an hour north of me, and yeah.
Yeah, because you look good to go out.
I know. I was like, you're ready
Like,
made looking fly.
have like a bonnet on, or and but you're like it's almost like you're ready to go somewhere.
Huh.
Do you not think you're like you're ready to go somewhere?
I do look ready, don't I?
Yeah, it's almost like at least do some videos and get the most out of your looks, and you could just post the videos later. It just seems like a waste of pretty, because
I'll see. But right now, before I've been writing this whole weekend. Feline, by the way, can you look at your email and respond to me? Thank you.
When I can get a chance to come around to it, yes.
And so, yeah, I'm preparing. I have a new mentor, writing mentor. So I've been preparing stuff for her. So.
there's somebody. Oh, speaking of which, since you mentioned mentor, she does something on YouTube, and when you said that you're an author, you made me think about her. She's let me see if I can find it in my library. She talks a lot about like the challenges within Black women, but she doesn't give advice. She's more focuses on like trying to. Gosh, I'm trying to show you because she reminded me of like you both are doing the same type of thing, kind of. Well, not the same. She wants to help people become authors and grow YouTube channels, but she also, kind of like in that life purpose thing. Let me try to see if I can go back before. Excuse me. It won't be too long because I don't really watch that many videos. I'm mostly on. I know I watched 1 second. Oh no. Darn it, I guess I can't find it. I guess this is as far as the history goes. Let me see. Oh goodness. Darn it. Well, I guess next time. I forgot what was her. I think it's Enkel and some Enkel. Darn it. Anyways, never mind. I guess if I'll find it, I'll just post in the group. I was expecting her to show him. Oh, here she is. I found it. Right what I was about to say. Her name is Ineka Ineka something.
Oh,
and
okay.
she does videos. Like she did this one video, the how Beyonce deceived Black women. She's basically saying how they tell us like femininity, but Beyonce really like attributes her love to. This is 2006. Beyonce giving a birthday speech to Jay-Z about how he basically raised her to be a woman and all this stuff. But
Wow.
So the point I was trying to make, she does like kind of like that Black Mahogany lady where she does these like essay type of videos.
Okay, like mahogany pink.
Mahogany Pink,
Girl.
yeah. Yes, her name is Ineka Oniko, but I don't know. I thought about you when you told me about your brand. I was like, there's another lady that's similar. I don't know. Maybe down the line, in your network, she might run into each other. But I'll put her in the group so you don't have to squint. But
Okay.
I am working on the workbook, and it'll probably be more helpful because then we can, you'll have it in there. So I think that's what I'll probably do because I'm almost finished. So I think what I'll just do is I wanted to finish all 60 days, but right now I have 2 weeks in. I have I have the first 30 days. I wanted like a little micro thing that you do every day, but I'll just put that and then add to the document. So you'll see in the group by tomorrow. But yeah, if you have anything in between now, just as always, I'll respond.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you, Seamus.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.